I still want you.
Hey pastels, welcome back to my channel. Today we are taking a little break from the acrylic nails and we're picking up Gel X instead. What you saw me doing before was just taking away that natural shine from the nail tips. This really does help the gel adhere to the natural nail plate. So let me quickly put you guys on to the gel that I use. Instead of the A-Press Extend Gel, I use Luminary. Luminary is $13 compared to the A-Press Gel, which is right now $25, sometimes even $30 on Amazon Prime. And Luminary is actually a really great product. I would even say I swear by it. I've been using it for a while, never had any issues, and my clients always come back with all their nails on. Now, if you're trying to go an even more affordable route, I would highly suggest IBD gel. Listen, IBD is the truth. This is not just for rhinestones or, gems. You could really do a full set of A-Press or Gel X nails with this hard gel alone. Actually, I'm looking on Amazon right now. IBD's price point is very similar to Luminary. So I would say that those two products are kind of in the same category as far as like an affordable good builder gel. But the only thing about IBD is you're gonna get more bang for your buck. It's a larger tube for around $13 to $14 compared to Luminary, which is actually pretty tiny if you think about it. The gel bottle that it comes in is way smaller than the amount you would get if you went with IBD. I've had this lamp for a while now. As you can tell, it's a little crusty, it's a little dusty. I do want something that is more handheld and portable. The ones that I see the nail techs just wave around for like 5 seconds and they move on to the next nail. And when I first got this lamp, I wasn't the biggest fan of it because it doesn't have a timer. But the more I do Gel X nails, it's kind of obvious that after 20 to 30 seconds, the gel halfway cures and you can typically move on to the next nail. One thing I want to briefly talk about is contact dermatitis. This is easily contracted when you don't fully cure the nails. I'm gonna insert a few photos that I found on Google just to show you a couple examples. Just gonna give you a quick heads up because it's not pretty, but you need to see this. So basically, contact dermatitis is when your skin gets red, itchy, irritated, even bumpy because it touches some type of product that causes a terrible reaction. I know that you probably see a lot of things online and you just can't wait to try it, but listen, if you are going to try to be a DIY queen with this Gel X nails, please make sure the gel is fully cured. When the gel isn't cured, the monomers, which is basically the chemicals in the gel, can stick to your skin, and over time it causes that contact dermatitis. Now, one way you can definitely avoid running into this issue is having a really good up-to-date UV lamp on hand. Avoid getting the product on the skin, and when it comes to Gel X, try to not add too much gel. Now for one of the nails, I feel like I added a little bit too much in the middle finger. I went back and I cleaned it up with the brush, but you definitely want to eyeball it. Don't pack on too much gel because when it's too much, it's also a little bit more difficult to fully cure. Oh, and one more thing, stop buying cheap gel products. There's this wave of like Shein nail hauls. Not everything on Shein is safe. There are some nail products that are just full of chemicals that they should not be full of. So don't go the extra cheap route. Now, I'm all for saving a coin, but that doesn't mean just, adding everything to cart. Definitely do your research because I've been seeing a lot of people, go on these hauls. Not everything on Shein and a lot of these, affordable sites are safe, especially if you're working with your clients. Definitely think about the overall health of your client's natural nail plate. Previously, before I grabbed the yellow buffing block, I was using the drill just to go around that cuticle area to really blend it and make it look even more natural. After I buff away the shine, I'm gonna come back when it's time for the designs. So today we're going to be using Be My Muse as the base color. At first she wanted to go with a jelly white, but because we're going to do an ombre, I don't think white on white is going to even look right, and you won't be able to really get the whole ombre effect. I was trying to explain that to her. When we came to this conclusion, we were just like, okay, let's get something that is like close to white but not super white. I feel like Be My Muse is a nude for sure, but it's not like a harsh nude. As you can see, it's pretty thin for the first coat, so we are definitely going to go in with 2 more coats. I will circle back when it's time for the French tips. Before we start on the French tips, I just want to say a quick thank you to all of my pastels. You guys showed me so much love on my detailed summer nails and toes video that I posted not too long ago. If you guys haven't seen that video, please make sure to check it out. I'm going to link it below. I'm also going to tag it above in the right hand corner. And I just feel really grateful that I'm able to build that community I've always wanted through YouTube. You guys are actually in the comments showing love, having discourse, sharing your opinions, sharing your stories. But I definitely appreciate every single last one of you. I even have supporters as far as Brazil right now. And I'm still kind of in shock. It's like, wow, I did not expect, this much love so quickly, but I will definitely be keeping my word. I said I was going to post high quality videos every Sunday, and here we are going to continue to push out some really great content for you guys. Now this brush right here is one of my newer brushes I mentioned in my last video compared to this one. This is the older brush. It's a bit longer, but as you can tell, the bristles look really old. I was just ready for an upgrade. I usually use longer brushes, but I like this brush right here. For some reason, it's working for me, and the French tips are still coming out just as good. So I'm gonna stick to this little brush. I did go back in with the second coat of French for this specific nail because I just felt like the French tip was a little too low. So I was just using the gel polish to just bring that French tip a little bit higher. Now this is the pigment powder that I just could not open. I did end up drilling a hole in it just to get that pigment out. Now we're just going to add the chrome powder and then go in with the 3D designs. Now you already know how I feel about this 3D gel. Right here, I was kind of like, immediately no, let's start over. I was able to get the hang of it right after, but sometimes I'm just thinking, why is this gel embarrassing me in front of my client right now? Like, this is not what we practiced. The gel that I'm using for this design is Makartt. I will definitely link everything in the description below. Also, the chrome powder is from Born Pretty. They have a really wide range of colors and pigments. You guys should definitely check them out. We are now starting the ombre. So just to get a seamless blend, I start from the bottom and work my way up slowly. I try not to go too high up because you want to definitely keep the illusion that it's ombre. There's a blend. You don't want it to be too low or too high. I need to just go ahead and invest in that product where it's like a peel off product. You kind of spread it around your client's cuticle area. So when you do airbrush designs, you're able to just take off anything that you sprayed. Instead of me having to go back and clean it up with acetone, I could just, peel it off at the very end. I really like the pattern of this design. I typically do them going straight across, but this felt more like I don't know how to describe it. It just felt like a different design that I haven't done yet. It had a different pattern to it. And then we added the little shells on the side, which really brought it to life. Now with the pearls, at first I added them like in a swirly design kind of way, and then my client was like, girl, I want these straight across. I don't really want them, all swirly and swerving. So I went back and I fixed them up. I definitely had to speed this clip up and the next clip because I was working on it for a minute, but here you see them straight across how she wanted. They're not completely straight, but they're not all, curvy and swirly how I had it before. Here I am doing the second hand, and then we're going to get into the little design on the pinky. Now for the pinky, we kind of played it safe because the whole style was pretty simple. We didn't want to, add anything that kind of threw the other designs off. But this is just a, just a little simple French, but not really French tip. And then we go in with some little gold beads, only because the ring finger had a little bit of gold. So we just wanted to add just a little bit more detail with the gold. Now, I really do like the thumbs. It was giving me like a Barbie pink mermaid vibe, and it was one of my favorites for sure. Besides the ring finger, I really do like the way the thumbs came out. So recently, one of my supporters asked in the comment section, what kind of glue do you put on the charm? When I read the word glue, I'm automatically thinking nail glue. What she was referring to was the nail gel. So instead of telling her that I use Makartt, I told her that I use KDS. And some random girl took it upon herself to say that I was a mean girl, I'm gatekeeping products. What I responded with is not gel, it's glue. I literally asked her, are you okay? Because you're really going really hard over this glue or gel. I felt like it was just a simple mistake, but just to, come at me with all this aggression like, oh, you're not nice on the inside. Like, girl, it was a simple oopsie daisy, like. But anyway, I just wanted to address that. Yes, I applied the charms with Makartt gel, and then I usually go around it with glue. That's what I was referring to. When she asked what glue do you use, I was referring to KDS because I usually use both. In the video, I will say I didn't use both, so I could see why she was a little confused, but still, it's the tone. And some of y'all are a little unhinged on here, so all I can say to the trolls and the future trolls is to tread lightly because I am quick to hit that block button. This is a very safe space to discuss nail art and just share respectful dialogue. If I'm gonna highlight the bad, let me also take a moment to appreciate the good. Thank you so much to all of my new pastels for finding my account, finding my channel, If this is your first time coming across my work, definitely hit the subscribe button, and I'm gonna tag my Instagram one more time. I did promote it in my last video. I'm gonna continue to promote it because a couple of you actually went out of your way to follow me, and I really appreciate that. Now here is the final results with her nails and toes. We did her toes off camera, but here are her nails alone. Make sure to thumbs up the video and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.